Hi there. So today I'm going to be baking a couple of things, but this one specifically will be cheddar jalapeno bread that I found online. Link will be in the description down below. So what I did was I mixed all the dry ingredients with the oil and the activated yeast, and now I'm just mixing to combine with my hands. Here I am kneading the dough on the countertop. It ended up being really fun. It was something that I ended up really enjoying and not expecting to. Here I'm rolling it into a ball so it has a nice taut skin on it. That way I can put into an oil bowl to proof for about 75 minutes. I just wanted to grate some cheddar. I did about a cup, and then I'm cutting up some chives, and then I'm going to mix everything together with the jalapenos that I sauteed, and eventually mix it all into the dough once it's finished proving. I just really wanted to knock back the air of it. It looked really fun. It doubled in size, and since this is the first time I've baked bread, I thought it'd be fun. This bit took a really long time because I had to get a lot of the air out of it so that I'd be able to stretch it, because I had to get it to 10 inches by 16 inches and ended up using the length of my forearms to make sure that the rolling pin worked, because it only had one of its handles. And then once I finished rolling it out, I mixed everything together, and you can see I tried to, as evenly as I could, spread out the mixture so that it would fit on the inside of the bread. For future, I think I'll try to get it more to the edges. I think I should have grated more cheese, sauteed another jalapeno, added more chive, just so it got to the full edges of the bread. So, you know, you live and you learn. I think this was the part I was most worried about. You had to use a sharp knife and cut through the entire length of your newly made bread roll and then shape it. So that's putting both seams up and then twisting it a couple of times so that you get a swirl of everything throughout the entirety of the bread loaf. And it took a little bit because I was really afraid to break everything, and I wanted to make sure that all the seams were up and weren't, you know, going underneath or whatever, so that it wouldn't stick to the bread tin or the loaf pan. But I think it ended up looking really cool. It was something I wasn't sure was going to work, but it ended up being really cool looking. And then I put it into a slightly oiled loaf pan. I don't know if these are the right size, so I think that's also why I ran into some trouble. I think in the future I might either do 2 small loaves or look into getting the proper sized pan. And then it goes for a second proof before going into the oven for the final time. This is it, just as I put it in. And here is the final product. You can see I burned it just a bit on top, so I think I should have gone with my gut and taken it out when I thought it should have been taken out. And here are little sneak peeks of the baking video that you will see tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a really great whenever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Bye.